New trucks offer a lot of choice, but not to worry, TFLtruck's got your back, because in this expert buyer's guide, I'm going to show you all of the engine powertrain options available in the new 2020 Ford Super Duty and let you decide which one is best for you. For 2020, this is a refresh of the Super Duty. It's not an all-new truck, but it still has all the regular trim levels, and the base XL two-wheel drive truck, regular cab, two-door, starts at $33,705, and that's before any incentives or discounts or financing options. As before, you can add a popular STX Chrome package to the XL, that's about $1,800, or you can get XLT, which is what this truck is, or Lariat, King Ranch Limited, etc., etc., etc. Well, you can check out the configurator online to see exactly which truck suits your style and also your needs.
Do you guys love trucks? If so, we've got a new podcast that will keep you entertained for hours, from on-road to off-road, from Raptors to Frontiers to Tacomas. Check out TFLtruck.com/podcast or go to wherever you get your favorite podcast, including Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Spotify.
There's a total of 4 powertrain options on the new 2020 Super Duty, and let's start with the base one. It's the 6.2 liter gas V8, and it's made it to a 6-speed heavy-duty automatic transmission from Ford. It's a very familiar combination. We've been testing this combo for several years, and the power rating is 385 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. And here's one of those trucks, I believe it was a 2017 model, going up the Ike Gauntlet. Where are you at?
25 miles an hour.
Now, boom!
30 miles an hour.
Timer started on the 8-mile climb. Are we doing good?
Yep, we're almost at 60, 55.
Holy cow, we have to keep the speed limit.
I know, but there's some trucks we didn't get to 60 at this point. This one's not one of them. This will actually do it.
You know, this 60. System is not afraid. It's going to let you have all the power.
This 6.2 is actually a pretty good engine.
How are the gauges? How are the temperatures?
Temperatures are all normal.
And I'm going to stop the clock right now. 8 minutes and 53 seconds, 2.6. Whoa, you still racing? So why would you get this base engine combo? Well, very simple. It's a value-minded proposition. If you have a fleet of trucks that you need to replace, that's a good way to do it. Or it's just an affordable way to get into a heavy-duty truck. And maximum towing ranges from about 12,700 pounds to around 15,000 pounds for this engine transmission combo. And it comes with a choice of either 373 or a 430 rear end. Now the second powertrain choice, it's the same 6.2 liter gas V8, but now it's made it to a new 10-speed automatic transmission, also built by Ford. And this combo is more for that F350, either single wheel or dually truck, although you can find it still in an F250 type truck, but you will likely have to special order this combo. So why would you get it? Well, you're getting a familiar engine, the 6.2 liter. So if you've had those engines in the past, you'll be very familiar with it. It's the base motor for price, and you could fix it really easily. And the 10-speed offers you a little bit more range and now more towing. It's also available with either a 373 rear axle ratio or a 430, and maximum towing ratings range anywhere from about 16,600 all the way to 21,200, and that's for the dually truck. So it's still a good hard-working engine, and the new transmission just helps it out a little bit with a little bit more fuel efficiency. We haven't tested this combination yet, but I really want to, so stay tuned for that. Now the third powertrain option is this. Yes, I'm sure you've been waiting for this. The 7.3 liter Godzilla gas V8. Why would you want to buy this engine? Because it does cost extra. Well, more power, and it's a bigger displacement, 430 horsepower rating, and 475 pound-feet of torque. And there's only one transmission made it to this engine. It's the 10-speed heavy-duty automatic from Ford. This big boy engine is available with several different rear end ratios. 355 is in this truck. If you had a F350, it would be a 373. You can also get a dually, either with a 373 or a 410, and we've tested most of those already. Here's a Godzilla V8 engine on our MPG loop. So what gears are we going through now?
We are all the way up to 7th, so we're in direct drive.
Okay, we're at the turnaround point. What's the computer saying?
Computer's saying 7.3.
All right, well, let's turn around and get the final result.
Well, it says 5.8.
All right, let's see the damage. 66 miles divided by 11.688. 5.65, or basically 5.6. Unladen in the F250 with a 7.3 liter Godzilla gas V8. So far the trip meter says 16.8 mpg. Check it out, the damage is 4.383. All right, let's do the unladen number. So 66 divided by 4.383. 15, almost dead, but that's actually rounding up to 15.1. And here's a very similar F250 with a 7.3 liter, but a 430 rear end, and I drove it from Flagstaff, Arizona back to Denver, Colorado on a road trip, and this is the efficiency I got. I'm gonna reset the trip meter. I'll probably have to fill up again one more time, and of course I'll calculate and give you all the gallons I've used and all the miles I've went. I'm in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Almost 30 gallons on that trip. All right, I did it. Let's get the second fill up and get all the results done right now. 802.3 miles, 14.8 mpg according to the trip meter. 14.58, rounding 14.6. And finally, here's us testing a dually with the new float ride trailer. And the dually also has a 7.3 liter with a 373 rear end.
What we noticed on a fixed neck, you notice the two suspensions fighting each other. That's where you got that loping. That loping from. When that air spring compresses, your front of your deck is going to dive about 3 inches.
That's what I want to see too. I want people to know that even in a panic situation, it's not going to compress and make the deck totally crazy. You look at that thing bounce. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
We got a lot of comments from you guys asking, do you really need a 10-speed automatic transmission? Isn't 6-speed enough in a heavy-duty truck? And the new 10-speed has both good and bad elements to it. First, it's really smooth shifting. It offers a little bit better fuel efficiency, as we've shown you. But for example, on the Ike Gauntlet, when we took this exact truck with about 7,000 pounds, it does sometimes hunt a little bit between gears. It's trying to decide which gear to be in. It's not really bad. I think it's just partially a tuning issue that can be kind of smoothed out as we move into the future. So why would you buy this engine? Well, it can haul up to 22,000 pounds if properly equipped, but it's also about $9,000 less expensive than that big diesel I'm gonna talk about next. All right, 3 powertrains down, 1 left. But before we hit the diesel, the new 6.7 liter Power Stroke, let's just talk about the new TREMOR off-road package just for a minute. Ford basically set the Ram Power Wagon in its sights and said, you know what, we can build a heavy-duty truck that's really good at off-roading. So they gave it a lift, 35-inch tall tires, Goodyear Duratrax. They gave it a lot of other items like better water fording capability. They also gave it a front limited slip differential and a special rock crawl mode. So it's very high tech, but it's also available on a variety of trim levels from XLT all the way to a Platinum, and it's available as an F250 or an F350. And the starting price for the TREMOR package is around 4,000 bucks. So it's not that expensive. And coming up later this year, Ford also says that they're going to be offering a winch, a factory installed winch option for the TREMOR. All those are good things. And we took the TREMOR alongside the Power Wagon and the GMC Sierra AT4 to Moab, Utah. And this is what happened. I'm going to engage my secret weapon, trail control. It's basically slow speed curl control system that works between 1 and 5 miles an hour. Right now I'm not touching the brake or the gas, and I set it at 2 miles an hour so everybody can see me, and I can just kind of run through this water and articulate a little bit. Come on, truck, do it! Do it!
Just figured out it's on an incline.
Do it, truck!
Come on, TREMOR. There it is. See, the brain had to stop and think there for a second.
Why is it doing that?
But I figured it out.
Why is it going? Why is it not just nice and steady?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what it should be. It must just be the incline. Suddenly it needs way more power and it needs to figure it out, like I said. So it's just taking a second to process.
Now it's time for the new third generation turbo diesel V8. And Ford gave it a few updates and gave it a lot of power. They changed the pistons, they changed the turbocharger, they changed the fuel system, along with a couple of other items. And the factory rating is 475 horsepower, which is class leading currently, and also class leading torque, 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Is that just on paper? Is that just marketing terms? Well, we've tested it for acceleration in an F-250 TREMOR, and this is what happened. All right, here's the first 0 to 60 in two-wheel drive. I am going to turn off traction control and advanced track off. There it is. Here we go. Booyah! 6.75. I think that's the quickest time for a heavy-duty truck that we've ever had. Next up is four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive high. I'm gonna brake torque it just a little bit more. That's interesting, that's not as quick. That's just over 7 seconds. Very interesting. No, it's real. A 6.75 second 0 to 60 acceleration time in a big truck that weighs about 8,000 pounds. Yeah, that's real alright. I think that's the quickest heavy-duty truck that we've ever tested here at TFL. And well, how does it do in the fuel efficiency? Well, we took the same TREMOR to Moab, as I told you, and this is the fuel economy it got. I just reset my trip meter. 527 is my range. That's what happens when you have a gigantic fuel tank like this. I'm running a 36-gallon tank. I cannot believe my eyes. My update, the computer is showing 20.3 mpg.
TREMOR time. All right, TREMOR time. Is that like hammer time?
Stop! Don't go any further.
Oh, there it is. Third. All right, Andre, do the math, please.
All right, so 331 miles divided by 17.272. 19.2. Also very impressive. When you're not using all the power on that diesel, it returns numbers in the 19 mpg range on the highway. I'm pretty impressed. All right, well, how does it do on towing? Well, here's an F-350 King Ranch towing 30,000 pounds up and down the Ike Gauntlet World's Toughest Towing Test. So guys, the latest right now is we tried cruise control. The truck was accelerating a little bit.
Yeah.
We set it at 35, it went up to 40. So we had to use a brake, so that was one brake application there. And now we're using automatic exhaust brake,
exactly,
which is supposed to help us slow down and maintain the speed.
Yes.
On the way down in the Ford F350, we started with the cruise control at 35.
Okay.
That didn't hold us.
That's true.
The transmission was working, the brake braking was working, but no trailer brakes came on.
Yeah.
Then we set it to automatic exhaust brake.
Right.
And it was accelerating from 35, which is our set speed, to about 40.
Yeah.
And we used 5 brake applications.
Yeah, exactly.
After that.
Right.
We're going up the mountain in the Ford. On my mark, and reset, go.
This is doing well. We're still maintaining about 47 miles an hour. RPMs is below 25, and I'm in the 6th gear.
That's amazing.
That is. That used to be overdrive. Well, now it's
not. 7th is basically 1-to-1.
Yeah.
And then
correct.
you got overdrives over that.
Yeah, it's got 3 overdrives, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready for this? I'm gonna stop the clock now. And what's the fuel economy?
2.4.
2.4, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. You can watch our latest dually diesel comparison on TFLtruck YouTube channel, but I'll just tell you right now, the Powerstroke V8 impressed. It was the best, the quickest up the mountain, and just very impressive with its power delivery, and the transmission is matched really well to it. And of course it comes with a couple of different rear end ratios, but if you configure it properly with 2-wheel drive in an F450, you can tow up to 37,000 pounds. Yep, that number is also class leading, and I haven't towed 37,000 pounds yet. We towed 30,000, but I'm pretty sure it can do it. The new diesel engine will cost you about $10,500 when you compare it to the base 6.2 liter gas. So you're getting a lot of performance, but you're also paying a lot of money. So you gotta decide, are you towing all the time? Do you need that towing performance and speed? Or maybe you're towing occasionally, or maybe you're just hauling payloads in your bed, in which case a 6.2 V8 is good, or even the 7.3 will give you a little bit more performance as well. Hopefully this video helps you, and guys, go back to TFLtruck.com for more news, views, and real-world truck reviews.